Okay, this is Chapter 9, Group Problem Solving Project. The team members Nora Gomez, Juan Onofre, Rudy Vasquez, and myself, Jose Hernandez. The general purpose of any speech will be to inform on the importance of change needed for an institution to survive. Our specific purpose of the speech is to analyze the necessary changes needed to ensure that America's secondary education facilities survive for the future. Colleges and universities on many levels require monies to fund and keep up with today's technological advances and student body attendance. These institutions of higher learning are, in many ways, a form of business. The Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board helps appropriate government monies to these institutions with high marks when it comes to attendance, graduates, and the local need for the institution. Texas has many colleges, universities, approximately 104 public and 40 independent and for-profit institutions of higher education serving and approximately 1.6 million students annually. Colleges and universities need to diversify curricula and adapt their technical advances to help meet these needs for today's students. Some institutions at times have to create ways to help themselves by organizing student bodies such as money-raising events or promoting their school for school attendance in order to help fund their institution. We will attempt to identify possible solutions and common practices that could benefit institutions of higher learning.
So when we look at institutions trying to survive for the future, we analyze the problems and the needs for it. And one of the big needs that we feel as the group members, as Juan and Nora and Jose have mentioned earlier, one of the major problems for it is the funding issue, which is always very controversial. As we know, as we can see it, and we have in the past few years, tuition is getting more and more expensive. However, we feel that the universities and these facilities can also aid students, not only by bringing down tuition, but also by effectively increasing and bettering their fundraising standards. Some universities, for example, will have a mixer, a smaller fundraiser, something more intimate where they can bring in private donors, and those donors can then in turn donate X amount of money for the facility, for the university to use at its leisure. Others have a more public concept of it, such as the Atmos Fest right across town. Actually, one of the biggest fundraising events of the school year for them. So we feel that should the universities be able to better strategize and implement a better fundraiser overall, they would in turn have more revenue coming in and be able to disperse a little bit more towards the students so that they can actually increase their admission numbers as the growing population of the U.S. will want to go back, seeing as how it will not be so expensive. Just another real quick suggestion would be also maybe a work-study program where students in a particular field within the university will actually get assigned a job in that particular field of study over to a local business, just as you would with any other job, except that the funds for this, all the money, all the revenue, all the pay would go to the university. So this would benefit both the university and the student. The student would be getting real life experience, sort of a paid internship, if you will, and then the facility, the university, will then be able to in turn use that money to continue to better not only their facilities, but to also improve themselves in the public eye and be able to adapt for the future, as you will hear a little bit later on in this speech from Nora and Juan here. Thank you.
Most institutions have made major investments in the new technologies, distributing computing capacity across their campuses, linking faculty with students as well as with one another, and generally providing the necessary IT infrastructure that is a precondition to faculty involvement. What is missing, however, is any overarching sense of purpose along with any practical sense of what the shape and consequences of successful innovations might look like. For example, technology adaptation. This includes better technological use in a classroom and providing electronic incentives for students that will aid the professors in teaching their curricula.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Juan Carlos Onofre, and now I'm going to explain you my solution for this problem. My solution for this problem is to create a social program or a social service where people or students can get a job as a doctor's assistant or something like that, for example. Then they can stay working there and they are paid with a little amount, and the rest of the payment will be donated to the school, and also the students can gain some experience from these jobs, and this experience will be in their resumes for getting a job. uh, this is basically how my solution works. Thank you for your attention.
So, in conclusion, whether the student body or the institution decides to do fundraising events or get more student body involved in what their basic needs for that specific campus might be needing, or the institution itself just tries to diversify their curricula, more classes, more technological, advanced classes. The main point would be to get everybody involved, get everybody into what the school actually needs for a basis of keeping that institution alive, and in competition with the rest of the institution, of having students stay here locally than having to move to other cities to attend what they are known to be flagship universities. Um, um, get organized, consolidate and reorganize what you have in your local community. That could be a good possibility for your institution to achieve its goals, and have surveys, and make sure you get people involved, and never stop trying. Thank you for your attention. We appreciate your support.